So one very valuable lesson that I will always take with me is to keep asking questions, keep being very curious, and also keep sharing knowledge, because if you do those things, that'll bring research to a whole new level.
We all have that question. What can my master's degree lead to? My name is Thiago Beck. I'm a research master's student of the Neuroscience program at Erasmus University Rotterdam. To find answers, I'm going to meet with a couple of alumni to hear their stories and find out what possibilities the future may hold. Today, I will visit Daphne from the Putte, who graduated in 2018.
Good morning.
Daphne?
Yes,
Perfect.
that's
Hi.
correct. Welcome at Artinus Medical Systems.
Thanks.
Come on in.
Right, so Daphne, this place looks very, very impressive. I'm curious, what exactly do you do here?
So right now, I am the team lead of the sales and support team. So I help my team sell our systems and give the best support that we can to our existing customers.
And what exactly do these systems entail?
We develop near-infrared spectroscopy systems, and these systems are used all over the world to measure the relative concentration changes of oxy and deoxyhemoglobin in the blood. With these systems, you can measure things like the use of muscles or the use of certain brain areas.
Wow, I mean, it sounds like very kind of groundbreaking technology in a sense. But how exactly now do you see this going forward, and I guess also your position within this company?
So near-infrared spectroscopy, like in of itself, is not very well known. So right now there is a lot of research being done with it, a lot of new things being done with it. It is quite groundbreaking and in some ways. So that's all very interesting, and I think within my role here at Artinus, I'm very excited to help move this new technology forward.
Is there anything specific that you're working on right now?
I can show you if you like.
Yeah, gladly.
Let's go. Yeah, to learn a bit more about our research systems, we can do a little experiment. So I've set up this Bright, which is right now our most sought after device. And I've set it up to measure your motor cortex. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to do a small finger tapping task. And then we'll do it around 5 times. And then when we average your data, we're going to see some nice brain activity, hopefully.
Fantastic.
All right. So everything looks fine. The signal looks great. Let's get started.
Sure. Great.
Very well done. So let's have a look at the data that we just collected. So over here, we can see all the channels that we've placed on your motor cortex. And hopefully we have captured some activity of the area that's responsible for your finger movement. So some channels we can see you don't see much activation, and that's probably because they're not in the area that's being activated by your finger movement. But for example, this channel is very likely to be on top of the area that you've activated by finger tapping on your motor cortex, like probably right somewhere in the middle. So you can see here that when you started the finger tapping, you can see a clear increase in the oxyhemoglobin concentration. And when you stop the finger tapping, you can see a nice decrease.
Sure.
And so everything seems to be working as it should.
Wonderful. The Research Masters in Neuroscience. I'm curious, what made you choose this program specifically?
So when I was done with my bachelor in psychobiology, I was looking into all these different masters that you can do, and this master specifically stood out to me because it offers like one complete year that you can actually focus on your research and do it and then write about it later. And you can actually look into how you're doing it in the first year as well. So this was really a nice master's to see if you will actually like doing the job that it can bring you afterwards.
Okay, and what research project did you ultimately go for?
I chose for the research project that looked into how the vestibular system responds to different levels of gravity. So I did my research partially in zero gravity, partially in hypergravity, and partially in normal gravity. But super exciting to do. So we went all the way. We worked together with the ESA. We went all the way to France, all the way to Bordeaux, and there we got onto a flight that simulated zero gravity.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that your ideas and I guess your path has now shifted away from research. But are there any particular skills, any things that you've taken with you from your time within the masters that have now helped you where you are now?
Of course, there are lots of things. So of course, doing the research in of itself helps me a lot with understanding what other researchers need. So when they ask me, okay, how does this work? How do I use it with all these other techniques? How do I synchronize? How do I analyze? I know this, and I can help them on their way. So that was everything I learned in my master is valuable for what I do now. And we also make a point of sharing all this research with each other. So also at Artinus, we have an online forum where they can share all these research ideas, and it's very, very interesting. So I'm still very, very much involved with doing research and with all these research plans. So the master is extremely valuable.
Well, Daphne, thank you so much for today, for showing us around, for giving us some insight into your time at the master. And I guess this brings us to a final question, and that is, from your experiences at the Research Master Neuroscience, what skills did you take with you into your job here and you're going to take for your future endeavors?
So one very valuable lesson that I will always take with me is to keep asking questions, keep being very curious, and also keep sharing knowledge, because if you do those things, that'll bring research to a whole new level.
I had a great conversation with Daphne. Are you curious what the other neuroscience alumni are doing? Watch the other videos with Thomas and Martina. Do you want to apply for the Research Masters Neuroscience program, or do you just want more information? Go to our website, and I hope to see you soon.